Okay, what we're playing here is the Perils of the Lost Coast. This is the second adventure called the Poison Pill. And in the Poison Pill, we are trying to track down the villain. His name is Pillbug Potaker. Pillbug Potaker, local alchemist. Anyway, it's a solo setup, so there are 3 locations: the town coast, the village house, and the city gate. This isn't as combat and intensive scenario, I don't think, as the first one. In my opinion, I should say. The scenario special rule is on checks to acquire allies, you add 2. So we have 3 locations. We have the town square, which is here. This location, you may discard a card from your hand to explore during your turn. This card may not be recharged. I'm not going to read the closing stuff. Get to that when it happens. City gate. If you fail a combat check, shuffle a random monster from the box into this location deck. That doesn't sound like too much fun. And last, the village house. When attempting a check to acquire an ally, you may instead recharge a card to automatically acquire that ally. So I'm playing as Harsk, who is the ranger. And this is a continuation from the first scenario. So I've added a new item to my deck. Or 2. Don't quite remember what they were. I'll play his cards out here, just so you can see. I mean, it's a solo adventure. Potion of energy resistance. Got a dagger. Crowbar. Light crossbow. And a short bow. That's what we're starting with. Basically, a turn goes like this. I immediately flip a blessings card. Know what turn it is. That's all it is, unless another card makes it something else. It's just a turn indicator. Okay, and then if I was playing with someone else, I could give a card, but because I'm not, I'm going to try and make a little bit more room here. I'm going to send Harsk. Just make a little bit more room. And we're going to send Harsk to the village house. So that's my movement. I can explore. It is optional, as is movement. So I'm going to go ahead and explore. I should say that Harsk has a special ability. At the end of your turn, you may examine the top card of your location deck. I may also recharge a card for a plus 1d4 to a combat check at another location. It doesn't help me when playing solo. Harsk isn't the best solo character, but I wanted to try him. Anyway. First thing we have here is a guard. Guard is an ally. Check to acquire. Constitution Fortitude 4. Or Charisma Diplomacy 6. Okay. Harsk has Fortitude, Constitution. It's actually his best thing, so it's a D12 plus 2. So I'm going to roll that. There's really no, I don't have anything else that I can add to it really, but there's no need for me to. So that's a 14. So I acquire the guard. He goes into my hand. And now we are at the end of my turn. I can peek at the top card, which I will. It happens to be the villain. It's not the best time for me to get the villain, because he's going to be able to flee, and then he's going to be in a different deck. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave him there. Anyway, now I need to discard or reset my hand size. So it means I have to put one of these cards into the discard pile. I like the guard. The light crossbow is better than the short bow, so I'm going to get rid of the short bow. That's turn 1. Turn 2. I'm not sure what the camera's catching because I focused it on here, but I tend to do the cross thing with the turn so I can keep track. It gets hard to keep track as a single player. Anyway, I'm going to move. I think I want to go to the town square. I don't really want to mess with the city gate just yet. So alright, so I'm going to explore. Oh, nice ally here. Shailu. So let's see, what do I need for her? The writing on this text is so bad. On these cards are so small, and I'm playing with the lights a little bit dimmed down so the camera doesn't catch too much glare. So it's very hard to read. So weapon, charisma, diplomacy, which I don't have, of a 7. Weapon, well, there's really no way I'm going to be able to acquire her because, I'm sorry, it's wisdom, perception. I guess I have a slim chance. So, basically, wisdom, perception number is a 6. So take a 6-sided. My wisdom, because I'm sorry, the number to hit the 6. My wisdom is a d6, and my perception gives me +2. I basically have to roll a 4 better on this dice. Now, if I had a blessing or something that could help, let's see. I can recharge the guard to get a +6 on a perception check. So that's pretty good because I really do want her. So I'm going to recharge the guard. So recharging means basically that you put it underneath the bottom of your deck. So I'll do that. So I'm going to get 2d6 +2. So 3 + 2 is 5. 6. Just got what I needed. That other dice paid off. I take her into my hand. So she'd actually be a lot better for someone else. Basically, I can recharge her to get a +4 to a ranged combat check. Ranged combat would be, I'm using ranged weapons, so it would be helpful. You can reveal this card on your turn to examine the top card of your location deck, then recharge this card or discard it to encounter the revealed card. So I'm going to keep her in my hand. I have 5. I don't have to go up. I want to use my special ability. So we've got a monster to fight next. So if his ability is before I fight, I have to discard a random ally, which in this case would be 2. So I am not going to mess with that deck. And I guess we're going to go to the city gate. So turn 3. Move. Encounter. A siren. Awesome. All damage dealt by the siren is mental damage that may not be reduced. If undefeated, examine the top 3 cards of your deck and discard any allies. Shuffle the remaining cards into your deck. So she's no fun, but she's got a combat of an 8. So essentially, I go with my crossbow. It's the best thing I have. For your combat check, reveal this card and roll your dexterity or range die plus 1d8. So my dexterity is a d8 plus 3 for being ranged. So I'm going to get 2 d8s plus 3 to get an 8. And I think what I'll do, it's kind of overkill. Actually, I'm not going to do it, so we'll try. So that's 2. That's 7 plus 3 is 10, and kill the siren. When you kill a monster, it gets banished into the box. As we approach the end of turn 3, I'm going to use my Peeky Peek. That's a snake ally, so we'll go ahead and do that. So anyway, turn 4, going to do the encounter here. Snake, Wisdom, Survival, which I do not have. Well, I do have, sorry, plus 2. Don't even know my own character. So 6-sided plus 2, I need a 6 or better. I did not get it. When you fail on a ally, a boon as they're called, they go back into the box. The neat thing about this game is as you acquire stuff, even if you don't use it and it goes in your discard pile, you're going to build your hand for the next adventure based off of stuff you found. So adhering to rules of your character. So it's always good to acquire as much stuff as possible. You can also trade when you're playing with other players as well. This game plays very well with 3 other players in a continued path. Playing as a one-off scenario is fine, but you're not getting really the strength of the game, in my opinion. Anyway, I was talking and I lost track. We're going to take a peek before we start the next turn. It's a mace. Probably can't acquire the mace, but I really want to get rid of this pile because I don't want to mess with that, and I don't want to mess with the hero. So, here we go. Next turn. Mace. Strength melee of 4. So I'm going to do, I've got a 6-sided for my strength. I could get rid of the crowbar right here if I really wanted that mace. I don't particularly find the crowbar very useful, but I didn't have anything to replace it with that their first adventure. So the crowbar allows me, I reveal this card to add 1 die to your non-combat strength check. So in other words, I would roll 2d6. Or a check to defeat a barrier with either the lock or obstacle trait. You may additionally discard this card to add another die. So I'm just going to use its ability. So 2, 1, 3 was not enough, believe it or not. That's a pretty piss poor roll, and there goes the mace. I'll take a peek just so I know what's coming up. Holy water. And we're going to go right to the next turn. I lost track of what turn we're on, but no reason to move. And we're going to explore here. Holy water. It is a wisdom divine check of 8. I do not have divine, so my wisdom's a d6. There's no way I'm going to get this unless I have something to play with here, which I don't. So it'd be, I mean, honestly, I can't get it. Figures wasted that 6. And away goes the holy water. I actually like that card. I wish I could have got it, but c'est la vie, as they say. So holy water goes back into the box with the rest of the items. Now I'm going to actually do something on this turn. I'm going to discard my dagger just so I can draw a new card. See if I can get something good into my hand. Got the guard. It wasn't the same guard. Or did I put him on the bottom? Yeah, I acquired a guard in the last adventure. That's right. Now I've got 2 guards in my deck. Anyway, acquired the guard. If I didn't take a peek, I'm taking a peek now. It's a zombie. Anyway, I'm going to start the next turn.